G'day team. I hope we're all well. Just going to shuffle this way. Hopefully that look a bit better. Beautiful. Right. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good day yesterday because it's Monday here in New Zealand. Um, uh, yeah, just checking the framing. Framing looks good. We're good. Frame's good. Thanks, Rich. Okay, so I thought today we'll jump into a sort of a step ladder rating type thing. Um, the the main goal of this workout today, obviously, we need a reason or a goal or what we want to achieve. Um, when we change rates, okay, the idea behind it is obviously the higher your rate, the harder you got to work, or faster you got to move, right? Which means heart rate goes up, everything else. So it's quite physiological. So while we're working on the technique, we also need to work on that physiological side of us as people. Okay. So when we do rate steps like this, because it's not strictly a ladder or a pyramid style, what we're trying to achieve is when we have our base rating, which is winning, okay, that when we go up and we'll take these, we're going up 2 points and then 2 points again in the second lot. When we jump up to say 24, right, we want to move that bit quicker. We need to obviously add a little bit more speed, which is slightly more energy. And we want to be able to do it efficiently, okay? Because when we come off the other side of it, we want to be able to get back into a smooth and sustainable rhythm. So both ratings or all the ratings need to be sustainable. Okay, so when we jump up further, right, and we go up to that 26, and this is a good example, we go 20 to 26, then we do need to move quite a bit quicker. Okay, so we're going to have to add more speed, a little bit more power, move faster. Okay, speed on the screen increases, and then we hold that. Okay, so the idea is we have to be sustainable and we have to have something that we can manage comfortably. Okay, when we go up to that rating. And then when we come down in that rating, remember that we want to be able to have the patience. Okay, patience is that key word, because we don't just want to like take the pressure off and slow the rating down. Okay, we want to be able to, over a period of strokes, however many that may be for you, we want to just have a bit more patience and time on the recovery. We want to still try and let that flywheel lose fractions of its rotation. Okay, so it slows down over a period every stroke until we get back onto a sustainable pace. Okay, now it might be higher than what you started on the previous one, and that's fine. Okay, as long as we're not really trying to work it hard. Okay, it's lovely if we do. Okay, we want to be able to like keep that speed of the flywheel and tap it along. Okay, but we also don't want to be like working hard to try and hold like a way harder split than we were sort of at that first 20 rating. Okay, and obviously as we go through these sets and through the workout, we get fatigued, heart rate's going to be a little bit higher, but we've always got to remember to try and find that efficiency. Okay, that patience, the ability to breathe into it. Okay, find the speed of what we're doing with the technique at the same time. Okay, because if we jump, especially for these ones, if we jump up in that rating, and yes, we have to give it a little bit more power, right, to get that speed. We know a bit more speed of the leg drive, but remember, focus on the speed of movement first prior to just I'm gonna fucking smash it to get the speed and the rating up. Okay, so we get that speed and that rating together, tapping it along. Might take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strokes. Who cares, right? We get that up and then we just maintain and we find that nice rhythm to just tap it along, tap it along, tap it along. And then, as I say, we come down and we find that patience and that sustainability. And we're all doing it while we're focusing on our form. Okay. So the same things apply. If we can stay really relaxed in our hang, okay, and use our body's posture to really get the sit back through the stroke. Okay, so especially when we're at this 20 like we were last week, we had time. Okay, just focus on the time that it's taking out of this front. Okay, be aware of that take up. Be aware that yes, it does take a little bit of time out the front here to be able to hold our body posture, okay, and the structure, and to really feel that when we've got this compression, and we're trying to press out of it, to keep those points, that we always talk about in terms of this handle, the seat, the feet, okay, and just really think about how we've got the connection of those 3 points in unison, okay, the relationship between those. Because the moment we lose one or we lose one, whatever, we're just not finding our potential, okay, and that is, just keep that in the back of your minds always, right? Because look, there's so many different ways to skin a cat, in this case, row a rowing machine. Okay. And if we are just, we are got quick legs or we're shooting a little bit, or if we do feel like we take a little bit on the shoulders to start with, it's okay. Okay. It's okay. It's not a drama. I just wanted you to find what you can possibly do, right? Which is when you look at the biomechanics of it and the physiology and everything to do with it, is when we can hold that posture there, okay, it gives us the best opportunity to really be able to use the sequence of these muscle groups, right? So the legs initiating while we're holding this core, while we've got this hang, okay, and then the overlap of as the legs are pushing, right, the body's starting to come through, body's coming through, right, and then all we're doing is just holding the speed of this handle towards the finish, okay? Remember, we don't have to try and like doing this at the finish because we're not going to add anything. Now we want to hold it on, okay? Remember, like when we are drawing through here, you'll feel it that this part here, you can feel that the pressure sort of coming off the flywheel because because of the gear and the resistance and everything else. Once we come off, the flywheel actually starts to slow down while we're still in the drive. Okay. And we can see that with the force curves if we use that. So just remember to be able to use that sequence. And to be honest, if we start wearing ourselves down in the arms by either holding on too tight or trying to do this, right? We get tight in the chest and the pecs, and we can feel it in the traps and everything. Those are little things that just holding us back slightly. Okay. So let's focus those all these points. Okay, while we go through it, I'll chit chat away, really focus on certain points, when we start going up in those ratings, just moving the hands quicker, feeling the speed that we can produce, always with the relationship of you and that flywheel. Okay. The way that we can just get on top of the speed and hold that speed going is really how we're going to achieve like good numbers. Okay. Uh, Coming back from COVID, I'm going to try for 2 sets. Good on your leash. Like if you are coming back from COVID, just sit on there, right? We're all doing the thing about the strings, right? Is if we want to do things together, we just have to use time. Okay, rating, so to speak. Yeah, you'll be watching it, but you might be out of sync. But just listen, that type of thing. But as I always say, and when we do rating stuff, if this is a bit high, like if 28, if we do 30, 32, 34, it's a bit high. Don't just go back to yourself and go, if I go up there, it's going to turn to shit. We're going to turn to custard. So let's just hold it back to something that you can do. Okay. And if you are coming off a bit of illness or a little bit of an injury, do this or hold the drag factor down a little bit, just to manage what you can do. Okay. Right. Here we go. So just a little bit of a paddle to warm up. Okay. Just get this nice and limber, loose, limber body. Okay. I always, as I say, many a times, just start off by feeling the first 30 seconds, 40 seconds, a minute by just where can I get my body into position, okay, if I'm not warmed up, if I've just jumped on the machine. Do I feel horrific in the stretch, in the ankles as we're coming forward? And just every stroke, just feel where you get to, and then increase it slightly after a period of strokes, okay? And especially when we're warming up, okay, focus the first sort of minute or so by just getting myself into position. Okay, you don't have to be super strict on the form that you're trying to push out. Okay, it's more just getting ourselves, the body, into the position as much as possible. Okay, and then once we're through a few minutes, then we can start to think about the application, the pressure, okay, the points of connection, the timing out of the front, okay, nice and rhythmical. So I can feel myself now with quite a comfortable length into the front, right? And I know by the visuals, okay, your visuals of how far away from the housing is my chain, okay? We all have a place that we get to, right? When I was real flexible and elite, I used to have to really stop myself because I could tap the front, right? And I saw it with a lot of really tall guys who had good flexibility. So just feel yourself. Now start to feel as we're through this warm up, the pressure and the application of the drive. Okay, we've got time out of the front. Nice long arms. Remember, really focusing on trying to leave them out the front. Okay, good push. Patience. Okay. Starting to feel the sequences combine. Okay, the legs feeling the pressure, the body sticking back off that press, the arms hanging out front, and then with that speed of the body coming through, just feel when the arms come, okay? Don't make the arms come, okay? Just let them come through, okay? So another few strokes here. Nice pressure. We push. Done. Okay, easy. So really nice focus today on that patience, the sustainability when we go up through these ratings. Okay, so the first one's got the base of 20. We go up to 22, 20, 24, back to 20. Second one's 24 and 26. Okay, and the third one's 26 and 28. Okay, so we'll climb those ratings each set. Okay, so remember evaluation as you're doing it. When we change from the 20 to 22, an evaluation point. Okay, how did I feel I moved to get up? You come down off 22, back to 20, evaluate. Do I feel like I let just a little bit of patience? Okay, did it feel like the flywheel stayed and I saw my speed drop over time? or did it just go boom, bottom out? Okay. Think about those things as you're doing it. And we'll do that through all of those pieces as we go along. Okay. Beautiful. Right. Rock and roll. Hi, Julie. You're going to do this tomorrow. Well done. Awesome. Perfect. So let's jump on, select workout, new workouts, intervals time. Okay. Scroll across, up to 1, back across to 0, set the time for 10 minutes, and then just go down to that set rest time for 1 minute. Just leave it flashing for a second. Okay. Set time 10, rest time 1. Let's leave that 1 flashing for a second. We'll make sure everyone's on the same page. Okay. Let's press that check box. Okay, we're good to go. Okay, beautiful. Here we go. Okay, so starting off, finding a nice rhythm, focusing, looking for how we're doing it. Okay, and really focusing on that consistency and sustainability. Okay, here we go. All right, are you ready? Attention, go. Okay, elastic first strokes to get us up to speed, get us to this rating. Right, and then we can focus on, once we've got this rating, okay, especially at the start of these pieces and like a training session, get ourselves to the rate first. And even if it feels like a little bit short out the front, doesn't matter, because we've sort of got our movement speed, right? The drive time, the recovery time. And then from that, we can work on the length after that and the pressure to match it. Okay. Okay, so now we're into this rhythm. Really feel the hang, the patience, and we're just rolling along. Okay. Try and really think about that we're physically engaged on that drive, patiently relaxed on the recovery, getting our bodies in good position, good stretch, good flow with it. Okay. Right. Up to 22, move quicker. Now, the hand speed around the finish. Good. Okay, so take those strokes to feel the speed of movement. Now breathe into it and feel the pressure, the application pressure. Holding that form and just repeat. Okay. Nice pressure. Good. Good. Okay. Feel that compression as we travel with one speed into the front. Okay. Once we get this momentum and inertia around the finish, feeling the recoil, the chains, and the bungee, trying to pull that handle back. And then treble speed, one speed. Okay? Body puts the brakes on at the front. Good. Okay? So changing down, have just patience. Okay, here we go. Now, take a little bit of time on the recovery. Okay, but still holding the speed of the drive. Good. So over that period of time, the flywheel just loses the couple. And then again. Okay. And now hold, relaxation, sustainability, good control. So feel the drive, feel that body getting driven off the legs. And remember, at the finish, don't really lock the legs out, okay? Once the legs are just about flat, we can feel like the pressure against the footboard and our feet because we're driving back. Okay, we've got to hold the toes to stop us from flying backwards. But don't really stress the legs down because that restricts our movement around this finish. Okay, we want suppleness, easy speed, and that soft knee break as we move this body back and pivot. Okay, 24. Now, okay, good speed here. Hey, remember, just tap it along. Good. And feel the hang. Really feel these armpits. Down in the legs. Holding. We've got core stability. Okay. And now we're sitting here. So remember, tap it along. Tap it along. And try and work harder each stroke. Just do what you did on the last one. Good. Nice. Okay, good hands. Nice speed. There it is. Good. Real good. Okay. On that breathing rhythm, remember, keep the hands moving. The speed they come in is the speed they go out, okay? Until we bring it down. Okay? Patience. Now. And there. Now we've got slow everything on the recovery. Okay, holding the speed. You should see it over a period. Decrease. Okay. If we're still maintaining the speed we had at 24, Either we're working too hard or it probably could have looked for a bit more pressure at that rate. Okay. So really focusing now on the hang length. Okay. Feel the time of the drive. Okay. Focus that for a couple. How long does the drive feel? The pressure that we're holding. Okay. Good. Rhythm. Both feet. Okay. As we roll in, those ankles, Achilles, calves. Good hang. Beautiful. Okay. So good first set. Okay. Roll it along here. Breathe it in. Okay. Think about those steps. Okay. 24. It's a lovely rate. Okay. Especially for moving for like medium periods of time. Okay. Especially going from the 20 to the 24, we can really feel that extra speed, the time. Okay. And that's what these sort of workouts are about, because we feel that difference. Okay. And then we can work on what makes it good. Right. Here we go. Okay. We can feel that what we're doing at 20 at our base, and then the difference when we jump it up. Okay. So here, same again, elasticness to get to that rating and that speed. Okay, breathe. Remember, focus that breathing, especially when we go up in those rates. Try and be able to still maintain that breath in on that drive. Okay. Remember, if we don't, we're probably, we're like seeing through that drive where we can have that muscle tension in that hang position without shutting down our diaphragm. Okay. We can still have the ability to feel that hang tension. Okay. Nice. Okay. So really feel a continuous motion here. The drive time. The time on the recovery. Getting our setup with suppleness. Okay. Soft knees. Allowing the hips to pivot, get the body forward. Okay, start the process and finish the process on the recovery. Okay, get ourselves to 90%, then use the compression in. Okay, up 4, 24. Now, good speed of the legs, good speed of the hand. Okay, build it. Okay, build it and then sit on it. There it is. Okay. Now, move with the speed. Find sustainability. composure. Okay? Hang, feel the swing, feel those arms, draw, past the body. Good, and just tap it along. Okay, all we're doing is picking the same speed and maintaining. Good. Okay, press both feet. Feel the symmetry down the middle of the monorail. Good. Okay, tap it along. Okay, breathe. Okay, ready for the patient. Now, back to 20. Okay, I'll take a few because we've still got a pretty quick drive. Patient. Okay, still working on trying to hold that speed. Just let it come down naturally. Okay. Now, see, we can feel that leg speed. Took quite a while to slow, and now we're back into a rhythm. Okay, we can feel the drive, feel our recovery patience. Okay, nice, relaxed setup. Good. And feel those hands, feet, and seat. The relationship. Remember, there is that take-up period. Okay. So as we go up, think of the acceleration and the movement. Here we go. 26. The elastic. There it is. Nice freedom with the handles around the finish. Brush the body. Okay, now just tap it along. Roll into the front. Compress. And pick up the speed. But keep the hang. Don't choke the handle from the front. Try and keep it loose. Okay, and breathe. Relax the shoulders. No grimace. Okay, one smooth push. With me, open it out. Feel the hang. Sit back through the stroke. Compression. Extend. Okay. Good. Nice and smooth. One smooth movement through the drive. No disjointedness. Okay. Down to 20. Page. And holding your speed. Let it watch it come down over that period. Mine's still dropping. Don't force the drive. Okay. Patience. Don't stop at the finish. Still keep it moving. Open the mouth. Roll. Good. Really nice. Okay, deep breath. Okay, feel the hang with me now. Okay, off the front. Feet and hand connection. Relationship. Good. Okay, lovely. Okay, so think about that. Okay, the heart rate really does get up with that 26. Okay, you could see a pretty decent change in speed. Okay, and it's the good thing about those higher rates. We efficiently get it up, but then you'll really see how you come down. Okay, let it naturally slow down. Every stroke's going to get a little bit slower, a little bit slower. So it's our time to breathe, be patient, and get back onto our form. Okay, here we go. 20. Okay, be nice and patient here to start. Take a little bit of time to just let that body work back to that rhythm. The heart will start pumping a bit of blood around that body again. Okay, let's focus on this ratio. Okay, the drive and the one speed forward. Okay, the patience with the hands, the weight of the handle and the fingers, drawing it back to the housing. Okay. Even on this recovery, once we let the hands go out, there's still a relatively close relationship between these two. Okay. We don't want to be like this and then the handle extends. Okay. We also don't want to be mechanical and make it look like that. We've got to flow it in together and dance with this machine. Okay. Smoothness. Okay, so When we go up, we move quick, we give it a little bit, and we get there and we hold. Okay, moving now, elastic. There it is. Okay, now really feel the hang. Feel our breathing. Patience. Okay, look at your chain. Is it parallel? Is it flapping around? Smooth out the finish. Brush the body. Okay, and just tap it along. Roll into the front. Pick the flywheel. Good. Here it is. Okay, make it sustainable. Find the breathing. Good. Smooth finish. Okay, preparation going down. Now, you've got the speed of the drive. I'm still on 22. There's 21. Need to give it a little bit more patience. There it is. Okay. Now I'm going to breathe. I'm going to hang. My face is relaxed. Feel the body movement, okay? The sequence on the drive. We hang, feel the pressure in the footboard, the legs are driving us, and the body is driving off the leg. Okay? Here it is. Okay, shake it out. Loosen the shoulders. Okay? You're going to build it up. You're going to tap it along. You're going to do it with elasticity. Here we go. 28. Now, feel that increase of speed. You can see it. Here it is. Now, breathe. Sit back. Brush the body. Move the hands. Inertia. A good swing. Body off the legs. Yeah. Remember, roll in. Pick the flywheel. Good hang. Nice. Breathe and tap. Good. Okay, maintain with efficiency. Okay. Patience over time. Down. Now, ride the speed. Breathe. Okay. Hang. I'm still on 21. Go. Page. There it is. Speed still slowing down. I'm going to focus. See if I can hold. Head. Supple knees. Relax. Roll. One speed. Impression. Okay. Feel the time of that drive. The pressure, leaving the arms out. They will come to us. Okay. Open the mouth. Relax the face. Last few here. Good. Okay, real good. Okay, no stopping. Just roll it out. Okay, really good team. Okay, it's a really great session. Something you can even do on minute changes. Okay, you can probably do 8 minutes, minute changes, have a base up. You can do this in a pyramid style if you still jump, but jump higher, jump back lower. But this is really good. And, I think we'll all just press that menu button, okay, save everything into your memory, logbooks, etc. So remember that when we're doing those jumps up, okay, what were we trying to achieve? And it's something that we can think about here now, okay? It's generally reasonably easy to get it up to speed, okay, because we just move quicker, we push the legs a bit faster with a little bit more strength, bang, we're up, okay? But then coming down on pretty much all of the, especially the higher rate ones, it's hard because you can't you've got to let the flywheel slow down by the patience of this, okay? But we also don't want to have a really quick drive and then be like slow as fuck coming forward, because we sort of get disjointed, okay? And then we're slow, then we think, oh shit, I'm gonna have to really grab it at the front, okay? And that's why, if you have a little bit of more of a lineal sort of style of the rate drop, okay, you get down to the rating, but you still probably got better speed than you were before you started that higher rating, okay? And then it probably comes back and settles, halfway through, maybe a bit longer, okay? But the whole idea is making sure that, how are we coming down? Okay, how are we transferring that speed? What are we focusing on with it? What do we feel? Because we can feel the difference between the speed that the drive's going, but then having to have that patience coming back, okay? And if we have a disparity in that between this, like the drive here, and then this relaxation, okay, what we need to think about is, how can I feel that relaxed when I'm at full speed, okay, or when I'm at a high rating, right? Because what tends to happen when we get high rating is that we're speed driven here, and then we're like really trying to get ourselves back to like the next stroke, okay? But if we can start to think about, actually, why was it that, when the first 3 or 4 strokes, I felt like, woof, I had heaps of speed, but then I had, oh mate, this is easy. I've got recovery time. I can breathe. I'm not rushed to get back to this thing. Okay. And those are the types of feelings that, when we're doing pieces, when we get up into that high rate, this is the psychology. Okay. Not only is it the physiology in terms of heart rates are high, got to push pressure, got to do this, but it's the psychology of understanding, well, actually, I really am working too fucking hard coming back, right? Maybe maybe I'm not relaxed enough. Maybe I need to think about what I'm doing around this finish. Maybe I am pulling the arms too thick. Maybe I'm sort of this and I'm wanting to get on to the next one, okay? Whatever it might be, think about those in terms of what you felt, okay? Because we want to translate a lot of this into other parts of our run, okay? So really, really good. I got to say, I'm sweaty. I've got a fan going and I'm hot. So I don't know about you guys, but I could feel my heart pumping around in there, which is good, right? It's the ability to know that we're working and we're using our physiology or our muscle power and our fitness and everything else. But at the same time, being able to be clear, okay? A lot of this, when you hear me talk about clarity, like relax and all this sort of thing, is because what happens is when we get fatigued, we tend to be like, I'm working hard here, but I feel like I'm working hard to get back to the front as well, okay? Rather than trying to get this, okay, I've got composure here, but I've also got this moments of relaxation or just being able to try and be loose and let myself, with this inertia around the finish, right, to be able to get from here back forward and then roll in and be settling into that front, to be able to create that with as least amount of effort as possible, but so that it doesn't feel like it's a job, because tend to be what happens, and hence why I'm like, let these arms draw through. And you can think about it now while you're doing it, if I tense here, right, to try and draw, I feel a natural ability to try and stop because I can feel this, right? Whereas when I feel a draw and then almost that release when I touch the body, all of a sudden I feel my arms loosen up, wanting to feel this resistance pull by the chain coming back, okay? And that's what happens when we start getting up into higher rates, higher power. I always see that as one of the most common things where people are getting in here, okay? And then it's like, because you're tense with that, you can't just let that happen, okay? But if I let this draw, I feel it go back out. Okay. So, so much to work on, so much to work on. But at the same time, satisfying. Know that we've done our workout for the day. We've learned something, we've practiced something. Okay. And we're trying to get better at something at the same time. Beautiful. Another great workout. Thanks, Eric. Cheers, Rich. Yeah, it's there's just so much we can do, right? And I think when I sit at home going, I wonder what I should do today. There's so much that I like. A lot of what I'm trying to do is give some insight or give an understanding, because as I say, you look at this and now you can look back on your pieces, or you can look back at certain stages of this and say, where did I feel the most comfortable? Where did I feel uncomfortable? Where did I struggle? Did I come off this one and it dropped speed really quickly? Okay, what was I doing? Did I just sort of, maybe I lost a little bit of the pressure and I could have kept it on a bit longer, or did, this 28, if it took like about a minute 15, maybe even longer, to even get back to about a split from where we went up to from this. And so what that shows me is, it's like, okay, well, you actually managed to like let the flywheel slow down over that period of like 20 strokes, or whatever it was. And so it's looking at those things, saying, okay, how did I come down? Do I feel I did it properly? Did I feel like actually I actually went down from 26 and I went to here and I actually held a really good speed at that 20? And I was like, beautiful. And so what that could mean is, you might not necessarily be like physically working harder to do it, but you were doing it better, right? And you were able to hold that speed easier, right? The way you were focusing on the drive, the way you were focusing on the recovery, just meant that it was more efficient and you were actually holding a better speed, right? And so it's a lot about that as well, as figuring those things out. Growing, fantastic, because after I work out, we'll talk about psychology and my feelings, cheap therapy. Drugs and alcohol, pal. I shouldn't say that, but we're all grown-ups here. No, psychology, yeah. Well, mate, no way. No. This is psychology under stress, right? And it's should I say it's sports psychology? I don't know. And to be fair, I didn't do a lot of sports psychology when I was doing it, because most of them were like, it's trying to figure out yourself. What are you trying to do? And the more I started, the more the sessions that we were doing, it's basically like, I'm just going to put this back on you. And you're like, okay, and there's strategies and things like that. And the psychologist really does give you some strategies. It's like, if you're feeling shit, what do you think you should do? And it's like, well, don't jump off a bridge, obviously. Okay, take some time out, go have some quiet time, do this. And all they're doing is making you think how you need to do. And so obviously with the psychology on this machine, it's like, I'm not there with you. I can't be there with everyone, and so it's like, psychology is about you thinking about how you think you're doing it, with a little bit of I guess guidance at the same time, right? So it's absolutely perfect. Um, Perfect. Okay, that's enough for today. Well done, team. Great work. Go get a mop. You can probably, or you can see one of the sides of the sweat. The other side over here is still a little bit. I could push it back this way and create a large puddle. Um, but that's for another time. I'll have to get the mop. I probably can't tell the missus to go mop it up for me. I'll get in trouble for that. That's a bit misogynistic. So just remember, when you're, as I say, carry on with everything. PIMS, love the up and down stroke rate within the 10 minutes. 20 is almost like recovery, but still trying to keep up the effort. Yeah, absolutely. So this week, whatever you're doing, just remember, keep all those thought processes, right? Think about things, right? Keep. I can't. I'm never going to stop harping on about it, about your ability to think about how the machine's reacting to what you're doing. Okay, the time that you can give it, the patience that you can give it, the ability to pick up the flywheel, how relaxed you can be, but at the same time have the effort that you're wanting to give to get a speed. Okay, because yes, we're giving the effort, but at the same time we still need to be relaxed. Okay, and think about the length. Keep thinking about the chain, just every time, every stroke. Think about, as we sort of do on here, give yourself 10 strokes or 15 strokes at every sort of point, right? So I'm going to think about my relaxation into the front, okay? And then the next stroke, and then the next stroke, and then tie it into something else, and then tie it into something else, and then tie it into the drive, and then tie it into the relaxation around the finish. Because you cannot think about every single piece of the stroke all the way through from here to here to here, okay? But you can think about one thing and tie it into another and watch what's happening on screen, see the reaction, that sort of thing. And just keep working on it that way. Okay, easiest way to do it. Right, thanks, team. Brilliant. We'll see you guys here next week. Enjoy. Is it Super Bowl this week? I think it is, isn't it? Is it? I can't remember. Whatever it is, we'll wait and see. I know there's golf on today. We're going to go watch finish for that. Do some more work, just like everyone else. So you guys enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you back here next week. Peace out.